And although there are lots of different types of Mini around these days, the Countryman, the Paceman, the Coupe, the Roadster, etc., up until now you've only been able to buy one type of hatchback, and that's got 3 doors. Now, however, Mini has put another pair of doors onto this car and created the 5-door hatchback. Here are the 5 key things that we know about this car so far. Now, the 3-door Mini isn't quite big enough to squeeze another pair of doors in, so Mini has stretched this car ever so slightly by about 16 centimetres overall, and it's moved the wheels apart by about 7 centimetres. Now that means that this car is actually bigger than the likes of the Ford Fiesta and the VW Polo. It is, however, slightly lower than those 2 cars, even though it's grown by about a centimetre in that direction. Now that growth spurt means that you get more room in the back for passengers as well, but it's not just a bit, you get another 7 centimetres of legroom, which means it's much more comfortable back here for adult passengers. Now, even though the car isn't any wider on the outside, you've also got another 6 centimetres of width on the inside, and that means that Mini has managed to shoehorn in a 3rd seat in the middle, which is a first for the hatchback. However, thanks to this massive obstacle on the floor, it's really only an occasional seat. Another good thing about the increased dimensions is a bigger boot. You get 67 more litres in this boot than you do in the 3-door. That makes it 278 litres overall. You also get a folding floor that you can set at different levels and seats that drop down totally flat. Now overall, the boot is still slightly smaller than that in the Fiesta and the Polo, but only by a tiny amount. It's only 2 litres smaller than the one in the Polo. Despite the changes at the back, the front part of the cabin is exactly the same as that in the 3-door, which is a very good thing. And that means you get this big, round, retro-looking dash, loads of fantastic feeling materials, and these really supportive sports seats. Unfortunately, you still get what looks to be a bit of a troublesome view over your shoulder, which is obscured by that massive C-pillar at the back. Now to start off with, you'll be able to choose from a Coupe, Coupe D, Coupe S, and brand new for the 5-door, a Coupe SD. Now this 2-litre diesel engine will get from 0 to 62 miles an hour in 7.4 seconds, but is still capable of 68.9 mpg and CO2 emissions of 112 grams per kilometre. Now this engine will also be offered in the 3-door, and on both cars in the future you should also be able to get a Mini 1. Prices start at £15,900, and we'll be driving the car around September before it goes on sale to customers in October. So keep an eye on whatcar.com for more information on the car in the meantime.